Hi there, so today we're going to be looking at Microsoft Stream. And now Microsoft Stream is essentially an area that stores any videos that have been recorded from meetings within Teams. So if you've either hosted a meeting or you've been a part of a meeting and it's been recorded, as soon as that meeting has ended, it will upload a copy of that video to your Stream site. And then you can share that video with other members of your organization. So let's have a look. Going back to one of my previous points from the first webinar, I'm going to change the status of my presence to show that I'm actually in the middle of a meeting and cannot be disturbed. By doing that, it just gives everyone a little bit of an indication as to whether or not they can get in touch with you. So to do that, you just click on your profile picture, the top right hand corner. It will give you a drop down of various different options, one of them being your so I'm going to change that to do not disturb. I'll only get notifications if it's urgent from my priority contacts, and those settings can be changed up on the top bar when you switch yourself over to do not disturb. You can also see some of the other statuses from my colleagues. Just to give you an idea, you can just hover over those and you'll know whether or not they are available. I'm going to show you a couple more options that I didn't show last time, available along the bottom. You can actually add additional apps for quick access. So you could probably see here that I've got this Zoom icon, and that just means that I can start a meeting or schedule a meeting quickly. In order to add that on, if you click on the three dots down the bottom of your chat window and then choose more apps, you'll see that you'll get lots and lots of options here. And as I said, we've used Zoom as an example. By clicking on that then adds that to the bottom, and you can click on open. It will then add that to the bottom of your screen. So you can start a meeting, schedule a meeting. The other one that appears automatically, which you might not be aware of, is Stream. So the way that Stream works is if you're having meetings and you want to record those meetings and then go back to them at a later date, you record the video. As soon as you stop the meeting or stop recording, it will then send it up to Stream. Now this little shortcut here allows you to bring a link into your chat by simply clicking the link from the Stream site and pasting it in here. So there's obviously a bit that needs to be done before that. So I'm going to show you how to get to that area. Once you've finished your meeting and you stop recording, it will send that video over to Stream. To get to those videos, you need to go into your web browser and go into the Office 365 account using the online web access link. You'll see as soon as you go into Office 365, it will give you a few apps available, maybe the ones that you've used recently. Stream is showing on mine because that is one that I have used recently. If it doesn't show there, you can click on all apps and then it will provide you with the whole list of apps available. So I can access Stream from there. The first page that you go on to gives you a few options, might show you a couple of the most recent videos that you've used. To access your library of videos, click on See More. Alternatively, you can go up to the My Content menu and click on videos from there. So you can see all of the videos I've done recently from various meetings. Once you're in the video library, this is purely your own videos. So these are only ones that you have been in the meetings that involve you. So if you've been in a group meeting, if somebody has recorded the session, that recording will also appear on your stream site. You've got the option to share that video out. At the moment, you can see that these are all defaulting to private, and that will stay the same case until you actually change those permissions. Another few options along here, you can add it to a watch list. So if you click on that, it just changes the little icon from a plus to an X, which will allow you to remove it from there. And I'll show you where we can get to that in a minute. You can add it to a group or channel. So this is more related to the Teams side of things, which I will show you in future sessions on how that will work. And then you've got the option to update the details, or you can download the video. So from here, if I click on share, it will give me a link to that video. So if I either highlight and do a Control-C to copy, or just hit the copy button, that will put that on my imaginary clipboard. So if I close that and go back to my Teams, and then within our chat where we were previously, I'll click on the stream icon, Control-V, or you can right click and paste. And then that will add that to the conversation. So if you wanted to share a video that you've been in a meeting with previously to a colleague or to a group, you can do that through that option. But one thing to bear in mind is that that person will need to have permissions to view that video. So even though they've got the link, they won't be able to access the content until you've amended those permissions. So you do that by either from this screen, clicking on Update Video Settings, and it will take you into the area where you can add and change the permissions. Or alternatively, when you open up the video, there's 3 dots that allow you to update video set details as well. And from here, you can change the title, you can put a description, you can change what thumbnail you would like to have on the preview screen for your video. You have the option to change who to share your video with. So you can have it with groups, you can have it with channels, you can have it with people. You've got the option to have everybody in the company viewing that. Once you allow everyone in your company, you hit apply, and that will then give everyone access to that. I won't do that at this stage. I'm just going to untick that and say yes to removing access to all of it. You've got the share button within this area as well. When you click on there, it comes up with the same screen that we had previously, which you can either copy from. You've got the option to email people. So if I wanted to send that link to people within my company, I could send and close that. And then you've got coding, which you can embed into your website. Now, it's worth mentioning again that this coding would be for your internal website only, because all of the stream videos are for authorized users only within your organization. So if you put this coding on your intranet site, you'd have to make sure that the permissions were set to allow everyone in your company to view this video, because as soon as they launch the video, it will ask them to log in to view that. Back up my chat window. So I mentioned earlier about adding videos to your watch list. Your watch list can be found through the apps option within Teams here. So if you click on the little 3 dots to the left hand side of where your navigation panel is, you've got stream, and that video that I added to stream earlier on is showing on there. I can then right click on that icon and choose pin, and that will pin that app to the left hand side. The other option I have is to add a video to the top of my tab options here. So if you click on the plus sign, it will bring up all of the apps that you can turn into tabs. For this option, I'm going to use stream. Click on video, and then go and search for your link via the Microsoft Stream link. As before, click on My Content and Videos. Find the video that you want to share within the chat. Then from this list of videos, click on More Actions next to the one you want to share. Go to the Share option, copy the URL, go back to your chat window, Control V, and then it will find the video that that URL is related to. As soon as you click on that video, it will give the tab name the same name as the video that was in the stream library, and you can rename this. So I'm just going to call this stream video. At the bottom, you can see that it defaults to notify anyone within the chat about this tab, which you can untick if you wish. As soon as you hit save, it will add that video as an additional tab within this chat. Then when you click back on the chat window, it will show it within the conversation as well. So another feature that's quite handy is the auto-generate captions feature. So essentially what this does is it produces a transcript of your entire video, which is searchable within stream. So for instance, with our webinar that we did previously, if I play that now.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. So you may already be using Microsoft Teams or are completely new to it and have never seen it before. It's used as a communication, collaboration and content tool and can be managed on multiple platforms.
So you can see on the right hand side that everything that I'm saying within the video is being transcribed within the transcript list on the right. So if I wanted to jump to a particular point in my video, I could click on the search field and it would take me straight to that point in the video that was discussed. So within this video, I mentioned about giving praise to people within the chat feature. Another little feature that I really like is this praise option. So if you're wanting to send a, and as you saw, as soon as I hit praise, it takes you straight to that point in the video. The way that you enable this transcript option is through the More Actions menu. So you go to Update Video Details, and then you need to ensure that the video language is set to English. If that language setting hasn't been set, then the auto-generate caption file will be grayed out, but as soon as you select your language, that will then enable that. Then you just hit apply. Now it does take a while for the transcript to come through. I've recently set it on a couple of my other videos that I've been working on today, and it has taken its time to come through. So as you can see, it's got the transcript is taking longer than expected, so it may be that you'll have to leave that for a few hours before it updates. Thanks again for joining me today. Hopefully you found it useful. If you have any questions about Stream or if there's anything I've missed, feel free to drop me a line and I'll be happy to help. Thanks again. Bye-bye.